In this video, I'm gonna give you some ideas of how you can earn money taking photos of food, let you know how I do that, and then I'm also going to add some ideas of how to earn some extra money on the side with your photography. I firmly believe in diversification. That does not mean you need to be all over the place, do food photography and then, do some weddings, events, or other things. No, that's not what I mean. But you need to have a certain amount of different skills within your niche so that you can still be versatile enough. How versatile you need to be also depends a lot on the market. Like, for example, the Slovenian market is small, so it's much harder for me to do, for example, only restaurant photo shoots than if I lived like in a more populated area. And that being said, it's not impossible. It's just harder. Also, you want to be versatile enough in case something like COVID happens. So let's go back to restaurants. If I only knew how to do restaurant photos and I had no other skill at all, surviving COVID would be it would be a nightmare. I could lose my entire business. And you want to have some security in your business. So what I'm saying is build your skills so that they can be used in different situations. For example, if you only shoot products in a lifestyle situation, try shooting on white or on a very simple colored background to see how different it is and how this can help you learn new skills. One way I like to diversify my skills is to practice different styles of photography. I dedicate a few days a month to only practice, and I usually pick a theme or a style I want to try. So that's if an opportunity arises, I have some experience and I also know if it's a job I would like to do or not. So how can you earn money as a food photographer? Okay, let's move into what kind of jobs I do, and I also want to give you some other ideas to earn some extra money at the end. So the majority of work I currently do is brands photo shoots. This is anything from taking photos of products, either with some packaging or the food product itself. I shoot photos for packaging, for web usage, social media, different kinds of prints, and so on. A smaller part of work I do is also restaurant photo shoots. And the reason why I don't do as much restaurant photography is because they're generally a smaller payment for that in comparison with shooting for brands. But it's such a lovely experience and such a nice way to work with people. Shooting for restaurants, and I should actually say pastry shops and small local brands, that was sort of how I started, and I continue working in a similar way. But what has changed is the type of clients I work with. I now take on mostly bigger brands than I did when I started and when I didn't have skills and experience to work with larger brands. When you're just beginning to work as a food photographer, you might work for some bloggers or maybe some smaller local restaurants. But then as you build your expertise, not only the technical side, but also, managing your business, usage, prices, and so on, then you can move further and take on bigger, better paying projects. It's just like a natural evolution of photography business. As a food photographer, you can also do editorial work, shoot for magazines, for example, cookbooks, and basically everywhere anyone would need expertise on food photography. This is not something I personally often do, but it's also a nice way to earn an income as a food photographer if it's something you enjoy doing. What I would point out is that even though you're a food photographer, your skills are closely related to videography. So you can give this a go this year, because we all know that video is very big at the moment. So you might just get an extra job if you have those skills to create food-related videos. Let's now see what else you can do to earn some money as a food photographer with your amazing food photography skills. So one other way to earn an income, and it's certainly what I do as well, is content creation for brands. You can also create content for bloggers. That's one way to start and build your skills. I've never done that, and I don't believe real money lies in these kinds of jobs, but it's definitely worth a try if you're really inexperienced. However, if you haven't any experience in creating photos for bloggers, I'd love to know, so let me know in the comments. And right now, video is in, like I already mentioned. So if you know how to create great videos, brands are prepared to pay to use them on their social media and websites. And here's where your versatility comes in very, very handy. So not only versatility, but also staying on top of trends to a certain degree. One other way to earn extra income is stock photography. Now, when I say this, it's with caution. It used to be much easier to earn better money with stock photography. It's a bit harder these days, and if you truly want to live off stock photography, you will probably have to focus solely on stock photography. That being said, you do have some body of work that's personal, that's not tied to any exclusive license or something like that, that would prevent you from having the rights to sell your photos. I'm sure you have a ton of photos like that, I'm sure have, and it's as simple as getting approved on stock photo websites and just uploading the photos you already took and just hoping for extra money. Just don't expect to get rich from that. It's just to earn something extra on the side, and even with that, it's questionable how much you can really earn. My recommendation, if you decide to give stock photography a chance, would be to not focus on food only, but to give different types of photography a try, because certain types of photos perform better and sell better than others. You can actually check stock photo sites to see what's kind of currently trending, currently selling the best, so you can see that. And there are also some restrictions on what you can post or what you cannot post, having model releases and so on. So before you start uploading, just read their terms carefully. And I cannot tell from firsthand how much it's realistic to expect to earn, but I do want to try it this year, so I'll keep you updated with how my stock photography goes. Hey there! Before we move on with the video, I wanted to take a moment to invite you to an amazing retreat that I'm hosting with my fellow photographer Sabrina Dietz in Slovenia this May. So if you're looking for a change of scenery, inspiration, and to connect with like-minded photographers, then this retreat is definitely perfect for you. Not only will you get to capture breathtaking food, but you'll also be surrounded by the beautiful landscapes of Slovenia. So you'll have the chance to learn from experienced mentors like myself and Sabrina, as well as network and bond with other photographers from around the world. It's just the perfect opportunity to step away from your daily grind, just re-energize and then come back with a fresh perspective on this beautiful craft that we call food photography. So head on over to my website to secure your spot today. I'll leave the link in the description box below, and I can't wait to see you in Slovenia. Next thing is prints. I have personally never sold prints, but I did get a ton of inquiries from people wanting to buy prints of my photos, which means that there is a certain degree of demand on the market. So just note that that will mean you will be working with physical products, which brings extra work and also extra cost for you. However, I found like a great solution for this issue, and that's selling through Pixieset, where you don't have to deal with printing or shipment, but just instead get a percentage of the income. And I'm sure that there are some other platforms as well. I know that Pixieset offers like different types of prints, size-wise, some are in frames and like other stuff. And I think they also offer digital downloads, which is also nice. So I personally haven't tried it yet, but sounds fun. So I might try it in the future. And if I do, I'll keep you posted. There are, of course, many other ways to add some extra income to your business, but I wanted to focus only on those where your photography skills come in handy. I'd love to know what else you do to earn some extra money. Do let me know in the comments, I'd love to know. And now, how to know what to do. So my recommendation for you when trying to figure out how you will earn money this year is to focus on your main type of work. So for me, that's brand, and these are my primary focus. Everything else is extra, and I don't want it to take too much of my time. So if the time required doesn't justify the income, it's just not worth it. And then once you've identified that main type of work, you can go kind of backwards. Think like of brands you want to work with, and then reverse engineer your monthly, daily schedule and what tasks you need to do quarterly, monthly, on a daily basis to kind of get those types of jobs that you want to be doing. So for example, let's say you want to be working for a national beer brand. I'm just making things up as I go. So let's say you want that. What do you need to do or learn by what time, and then try to create kind of a weekly schedule that supports that. And now you need to ask yourself, what do you need to do? What do you need to learn by what time to kind of go in that direction, and then try to create a weekly schedule that supports that. It does take a little bit of time to break everything down, but I promise it's worth it. I hope you enjoyed this mini income breakdown and you now have some ideas on how you can earn your living with food photography this year. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time.